At zero, you don't spend money. Money spends you. Every dollar out the door has already been claimed before it arrives. The app reads $0. You lock the phone. You unlock it 4 seconds later to check again. The number is the same. Rent post on the 1st. It is the 21st. You count the days on the edge of the table with your thumb, 1 tap per day, 11 taps. Then payday. You buy the small bottle of dish soap for $2.19 instead of the large one for $4.79. The large one is cheaper per ounce. You know this. You buy the small one anyway because $4.79 is a decision you cannot make tonight. This is the tax nobody prints on a receipt. You pay $35 to overdraft $6. You pay to take money out of your own account at the wrong machine. You pay more per roll, per ounce, per mile, because buying in bulk is a thing you do with money you don't have. Zero is not empty. Zero is loud. You watch the balance like it might move on its own. It doesn't. It sits there, 4 characters wide, and you let it tell you what you're worth for the length of one held breath. Then you put the phone face down on the table. The number is not you. You just don't believe it yet. The balance reads $10,000. It has read some version of 4 figures for 9 weeks now, and you have stopped checking it twice a day. That is the first thing the money buys. Not a thing. A silence. You notice it on a Tuesday. The car makes a sound. Last year that sound was a held breath and a calculation. This year you drive to the shop, you hear the number, $340, and you pay it. Your hands don't do the thing they used to do on the steering wheel, the shift. You stop measuring money in dollars. You start measuring it in days. $10,000 is not $10,000. It is roughly 90 days of you, upright, saying no to the worst of 2 deals. Brianna texts a link. Cabo, 4 of us. Put in $600 to hold your spot. The flights are gonna jump. Then a second text. You've been so quiet lately. What are you saving for, LOL? You look at the payment link. You look at the $10,000. You do not put in the $600. You type back a heart. You say nothing about the number. You let her read the silence as whatever she wants to read. The number is not you, but it is starting to speak on your behalf, in a language that sounds like the word no. A buffer is not money. A buffer is the ability to say no. The first $100,000 is the hardest, because it is the only one you build without help. The account reads $100,000. It sits in a total market index fund with an expense ratio of 0.03%. You pay $30 a year on that balance. The fund down the hall charges 1.00%, $1,000 a year, for a worse result. You read the difference once and never forgot it. Then a Tuesday in a year you don't circle on any calendar. The market moves 1.2%. The number goes up $1,200 while you sleep. You made $340 that whole day at work. The money out-earned you. It did it lying down. The shift. You stop working for the number. You start watching the number work. Your labor built the first $100,000. Compounding builds the rest. You are, for the first time, no longer the only engine in the room. Gerald sits across from you at lunch. He does not give advice. He never gives advice. He takes a folded statement out of his shirt pocket, smooths it flat with the side of his hand, and does the math down the margin with a pen. He circles one line. He turns it toward you for 3 seconds. Then he folds it back into thirds and puts it away. You saw the line. You understood it. Neither of you said a word about it. The number is not you. The number does not know your name, or that you skipped the small dish soap tonight and bought the large one, $4.79, per ounce cheaper, a decision you can finally afford to make. Something is different. You don't announce it, you just buy the big bottle. The number reads $1 million. It happens at 2:47 on a Tuesday afternoon, between 2 emails. You refresh once to confirm. 7 figures. A comma you spent a decade building toward. You wait for it to feel like something. It doesn't. That is the part no one warns you about. You cross the line and the line is just a line. The chest thing you expected, the swell, the exhale, does not arrive. There is only the office hum and a coffee going cold and a number that got 1 digit longer while you weren't watching. Then the low, dangerous thought. Spend some. Feel it. Buy the thing that makes the number mean what it was supposed to mean. Your thumb hovers over the account. You could move $80,000 tonight and no one would stop you. You come closer than you will ever admit to moving it. You put the phone face down on the table. The million is not a million. Withdraw it safely and it is roughly $40,000 a year. The 4% rule, before taxes, before a bad decade of returns. It is not a yacht. It is a permission slip that says you may stop reading the price tag at the grocery store, forever, and nothing more. The shift. You stop chasing the number. You start dreading the day you catch it. Marcus turns his laptop toward you, his own account. He lets you look for 2 seconds. Then he closes it, softly, before your face can finish doing whatever it started to do. The number is not you. You almost forgot that tonight. You almost spent a decade to prove the opposite. $1 million is not wealth. It is the price of never thinking about a single bill again. Past a certain number, you no longer own the money. You manage its consequences. The number reads $1 billion. You do not refresh to confirm it. You could not tell it to you from memory to the last 3 digits, and that is the first sign of what has happened. Almost none of it is money. It is equity, held in things you cannot sell without moving the price of the thing you are selling. It is 0.03% of something enormous, locked, watched, lawyered. You could not spend it in a Tuesday afternoon if you tried. There is no phone to put face down. The shift. You stop owning the money. You start being owned by what it needs. It needs decisions. A number this size is a small weather system, and you are standing in the middle of it holding an umbrella made of other people's jobs. You move a percent and someone across the country reads a price tag differently tonight. You did not sign up to be the machine. You became the room the machine runs in. Brianna sends a link, not to you. You see it secondhand, a payment request, $600, sent to someone who is 9 weeks into their first 4 figures. Someone counting days on the edge of a table with their thumb. You know exactly what that $600 is. You know what saying no to it buys. The number is not you. You have known that since the balance read $0. The difference now is that everyone else has decided it is. That the number is your name, your worth, the whole of you, 4 billion characters wide. They do the math they can see. You put the phone face down on the table.